know who'll be stopping by to say hello. Out here it's real life, no fuss, no show. With Highland cattle and piggies on the go. We got meat, birds, fur babies too. Gardens growing fresh, right in view. I'm baking up love in all that I do, and helping the small folks to see them through. Welcome to the Bronx, where the fun's running wild, with the homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Bronx. We're waiting just for you. Out in the yard, where the chickens roam, we're building a life that feels like home. From the veggies we grow to the soil we turn, it's a simple life and so much to learn. I'm baking bread, smell the warm, sweet air. Piggies squealing, love's everywhere. We lend a hand to channels that care, because lifting each other is what we share. Welcome to the Bronx, where the fun's running wild, with the homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Bronx. We're waiting just for you. So come on and join, let's build it together through thick and thin in any weather. We're all in this, let's make it better at the Bronx. It's a life to treasure. Welcome to the Bronx, where the fun's running wild, with a homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Bronx. We're waiting just for you. Yeah, at the Bronx, we're waiting just for you. Welcome to the Bronx.
It helps if I turn off the mute. I was just going to say a little off the music tonight, and all that good stuff. Those asking, that hog that's in the back of the truck, they say came out of Texas, and it was between 12 and 1,300 pounds. That makes a whole lot of sausage. And Karma, don't leave. I was talking to Troy today, and he sent me his address for you. Actually, you know what's easiest? I don't know who's lurking, and sometimes there's not professional people lurking. So if you want Troy's number, send me an email at ramblingwiththebrooms@gmail.com, and I will flip you over his email right away. That way there I can control just being nice. See, not professional lurker, and who shows up? Hello, Rochelle. And Rochelle's going to be out for dinner with it's turning into a gaggle of people. A whole bunch of people from here, and there's actually 3 of us with the first. Did that go boom? Okay. There's actually 3 of us that our birthdays are January 29th. So, Kevin, who Rochelle met up here, his birthday's January 29th as well, plus Rochelle and I. So we have a whole bunch of people from Toronto coming to fellowship, and YouTubers, non-YouTubers. I don't even want to guess on how many people we're going to have. Rochelle, I don't think you have farther to go. I think it's actually closer to your end of your neck of the woods. I'm just trying to think. It's the convention center, and I believe that's on Queen. And I know it's an easy address. I think it's like 123 Queen Street or something. So we'll do Mr. Jim. I'm never worried about you, sir. So yeah, we are going to have a blast. And Rochelle and I are always, badgering back and forth because our birthdays are the same. Never once thought that we'd ever get to celebrate together. It is a couple weeks early, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's Tuber Chat crew, all the people, our staff, the council members that we want there, plus just other people that tag along. Again, it's going to be a race to the clock because my train gets in at 4:35, I think. Yeah, my train gets in at 4:35. And I think they want to get together at like 6:30. Because the people that are taking Toronto Transit, the train, you only have till like 10:30. And then it's like, then you're taking a bus. And Lord knows, I don't want to be taking no Toronto buses. I don't want to take any GO train in Toronto. It's been many, many years. And there's one person that's hiding that, we got to try to get there. And that's Scratching Pete. Pete, you got to take the night off and come out with us, buddy. Jason, I think Jason is coming. Yeah, I know Kevin's got a bunch of people that he's been trying to get to show up. So, it should be a lot of fun because it's going to be every walk of life. There's going to be older people. There's going to be younger people. And not only that, I got to be good that night because I have 2 meetings the next day with ministers, with provincial ministers. And I have 15 minutes to sell my municipality to them and what I want to do. So Lord knows I'm going to probably be up most of the night going over my speeches and all that good stuff. Hey, Lori. So, what do we got? We got Joe Fix It For You, who I had no idea that Joe didn't know how many cattle we have on the farm. But now he does. Yeah, I think it's around, Joe, if you're still here, it's around 30 some head of cattle. Personally, I've only got one. But on the farm, there's about 30. And yeah, again, we know where our food comes from, but I don't have to tell anybody that here. But every third year, we'll do a couple pigs, probably 4 pigs. 100% try to do sustainable farming. Just feeding under 2-year-olds and steers. So the only thing we'll keep back is heifers. This year we're taking a break from chickens. I may put in chicken coop next door, but if the house, I'm limited to 6 chickens, no roosters. If I move it 1 foot off my property, I can have 700 chickens, all of them roosters. Explain that to me. Poor planning. That's all that is. That was a oops, because until I got elected, there was no chickens. You could not raise your own food on you cannot raise your food in an urban plot of land. Like, I have 1 acre where the house is, but I've got almost 300 acres over at the farm. So let's just say that it with the whole, we have a good friend who studies birds, and he's saying this flu or whatever, not flu, but the avionic, yeah, I guess it's avionic flu, anyways, is a buildup of feces, and they start eating the feces, and you never know what's in the feces from birds flying over. We're okay where we are because I'm going to say 80 to 90% of the time, 6 months of the year, the girls are inside. And so is the rooster. We have we did have 2 roosters. One got a little cocky. Let's just say he was good in the stew. He's all gone. But anyways, he recommended that we take 1 summer, 1 full year, and process the birds that we have and either give them away or process them, and give it one full year after taking all the stuff and washing all the walls and hitting it with Javex. He recommended that we leave it for one whole year. And he said we would probably never, ever, ever have an issue. Rob and them got a new trailer, so they're going to do a whole bunch of camping and traveling this summer. And we don't have to worry about the birds. Because if I'm not home, he's not home, and his daughter at the farmhouse isn't home, then it's only ever happened once. But for the most part, they're pretty self-sufficient. As long as you give them enough food and enough water, they're fine. If you leave them in the winter and don't have a warming dish or whatever, then you'll find a whole bunch of birds. They'll be doing the funky chicken, or they'll be having an eternal sleep. So we always make sure we have a calendar, and yes, Dave, can you, I don't know if I'd ever want to eat an animal that large. Maybe because we don't have hogs here. But I've heard too many stories that really the only thing you can do with them is sausage. And it's very, not putrid, but it's got, especially the big old boars, they don't smell the nicest. So I ain't got nothing to worry about up here, anything that size. Touch wood. Most of them stay on your side of the border and leave us alone up here. But they're starting to come across. Hey, Troy. Surgery went well. Awesome. Good to hear. And well, that makes it a good day, Troy. So everybody, if you haven't heard, please keep Troy in your prayers. He's had a stroke, and he's ex-military. The only thing he knows what to do is fight and battle and not give up. And that's what he's doing. So excellent job, Troy. There we go. So who have we got here? We have Kayla from the VC Family Homestead, aka my oldest chickadee. I don't care how old she gets, she will always be a chickadee. Let's face it, there's people that chickadees grow old. That doesn't say anything about age. So, yes. always known as my chickadee. Oldest. Nicest, too, sometimes. Trey's starting to get sassy in her old age. She's getting good at the jokes, which makes it even a little bit more fun and challenging. Hey, Mr. Jim. Yeah, you're almost gonna need a bigger truck for that boar. Fisherman 506. G'day, Lee. It was very nice talking to you last night. And got Carolyn in our prayers, and hopefully all's well with you guys. And to my knowledge, I don't think you guys are supposed to get anything that, like Jan and them, they're getting ready for freezing rain. Glenda, they're getting ready for freezing rain. We're getting ready for shorts and t-shirt because we're going to be, we're anywhere from 25 to 30. So we're almost to the melting point. And this time of year, we're the closest to the sun. So the sunlight, when we do have it, is pretty strong. Okay, Scotty. Jerry. And then we got Jamie. Well, whenever I first saw that big old boar, I quick looked to see if it was Jamie or Nick's account that it came from, because I was sitting there going, I could see one of those two tying into that big old boy. Shauna Groves, how. G'day. Teresa Jukowicz, welcome. Whoops. Karma, if I don't do it, mine's in my about section too, and it all that it is the channel name at gmail.com. I have a great memory. Not very good. And you've got I Rochelle, if that's where we at, I honestly don't know. That's Kevin. I'm going to shoot. I think I still have you guys in a group chat or text chat. I don't know. I think I have you, Jason, and Kevin in a chat together. So I will shoot you a message, and we'll go from there. And like I say, it's just a matter of getting together and having some good fellowship and some good eats, good drinks. We got Jason. Lori's prepping for heaven. Heaven's fire. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Why won't this stop? Thank you. Why? Okay. I'm unsure. There we go. And honestly, yeah, like you guys have to come up north and stay warm. And now the bottom half, um, I believe it's Buffalo, could even be the Chickadees north is supposed to be snow. It's supposed to come off the lake. So definitely Buffalo, Toronto. Um, the last report that I was sent was 30 to 60 centimeters. And I know people are going to go, what's that? I don't know. A whole lot of snow. 2.5 feet of snow, roughly. Oh, Mr. Google Pants, Google Pants, Google Pants. 60 centimeters of snow to inches. 2 feet of snow they're supposed to have in 24 hours. They can keep it. Yeah, this is supposed to come in, Rochelle. This is supposed to come in like overnight into tomorrow. You're supposed to see a very significant snow. But it looks better in Toronto than here. Don't worry. The military's all ready for you guys in case you need them. I don't know if you had lived in Toronto the last time they had to call the military because they got 10 inches of snow overnight. It shut down the city. Yes, I'm talking a Canadian city. 10 inches of snow shut them down. It was, yeah. Oh, where you are, yes. They have trucks. They have loaders. They can get rid of the snow. All they got to do is push it out of the cord and start going out farther. And yes, I'll be the first one to admit that Toronto is a logistical nightmare for heavy rain, heavy snow. But you guys just keep it. I think we're supposed to get a dusting tonight. However, will I clear off my truck? But what I feel sorry for is like Johnny and them, you know, this the cities and the states and whatever that don't have the machinery to look after the roads. And like Texas, they don't have the means to keep themselves warm. You know, you look at what was it, 4 years ago, where they were using barbecues to heat the inside of their homes and people were perishing. It's just so sad. So sad that, like, of course you're going to have carbon monoxide, you're burning a gas. But you're trying to keep your baby warm. You don't think about that. And Oh, I didn't say primarily you, Johnny. I ain't worried about somebody like you. It's it's the people that don't know how to drive in it and end up hurting themselves or getting themselves in a wreck. And that's what bothers me even up here. In the middle of a snowstorm, you will have, hey Virginia, in the middle of a snowstorm, you'll have a little old lady with high heel shoes or boots go to the store for a bag of milk. Yes, we have milk in bags. Um, and they think that's okay. We had one little old lady that she would purposely go out in it and try to fall and sue the snow removal crews. She was lucky enough to get two settlements until the judge recognized who it was and said, weren't you in my courtroom last month and the month before? And yes, she was there. I could send you a bag of milk, Kayla, but it would probably be easier for you to come across and get yourself a bag of milk. I don't know if I might, I actually think I have a bag of milk. Okay, Kayla, here's your bag of milk. So that, now, you want to know what, Johnny? I've dropped more like cream containers and it bounces. It's plastic. It like self levels. You don't break it. Or it's been 30 some odd years since I broke a bag of milk. No, no, we only have beef. Now, between myself and the farm, there's dairy farm. But you can't buy raw milk in Canada. Mm-mm. It's bad for you. Well, no, it goes into a jug. I'd have to. I know they had milk for supper, and I think they have the jug in the dishwasher. But no, it just slips into a jug, and you pour away. It honestly does take up a lot less space in the fridge than the gallon, half gallon of milk or the carton. You know, we can buy cartons here. Um, but I don't know. I don't I don't have an issue with it. But yeah, no, Jamie, It's a minimum $1,000 fine if you drink raw milk in Canada. It it's I Lori, I think it's patented, and they're having a hard time getting around a patent with a plastic bag of milk. And I can remember whenever we went to like primary school, even into middle school, there was, so the bag of milk that I showed you, there was maybe less than a quarter that you would buy from the school. It was a fundraiser between, well, my family used to make it. They used to own it. They supplied milk for pretty much our whole county. and and no, they were second cousins. We weren't very close. Not a close knit family. The brothers, it was the same family, just different strain. See, look it. There's that Trey getting herself in trouble again, and she wonders why Bunky's my favorite. I don't know. But hey, Remy, I love the bags of milk, Remy. Number one, but people freeze it. Can't do it. My grandmother used to do it. Not a chance in God's green acre could you get me to drink frozen milk. But there's enough room in there, and it's all scientifically done that there's enough airspace to leave that whenever it freezes and expands, it's not going to blow up your bag of milk. So my grandmother, whenever it went on sale, she'd buy like 7 or 8. So for every bag of milk, there's 3 bags inside. She'd buy like anywhere from 6 to 10 big bags of milk, or bags of milk with 3 in it. And then that would do her forever. She cooked with it, and it was for her coffee. That's it. Or her tea. But yeah. Oh, Neil, I'm not saying that I don't drink it. I'm just saying it's illegal to drink it. Like, we have farmers here that are pushing 100 years old. You'd have no idea how old they were, and they've been drinking non-pasteurized milk their entire life. But again, they know that you cannot cheat the system. You cannot go. You have to go through all the steps. You have to cool it down fast. You know, or 100% you're going to get full of bacteria. But you do it properly, you've got a wholesome, my goodness. Like, I've never tasted. So the farmer that's halfway that way to the farm, he's like, have you ever tried fresh milk? I'm like, no, not allowed that. He's like, Dad, come here. Out he came marching. He's like, how old is he? I don't know. Like, this trick question here, I'm going to get myself in trouble. Doesn't matter how I answer it. So I said, 70. 92. You wouldn't know. And he's like, you want to try a little bit? He said, just a little cup. And he said, I'll tell you what. He said, I even have some of that. Is it quick? Chocolate milk syrup or anyways, he said, I'll make you the richest, the thickest, creamiest chocolate milk you've ever had. Oh, yeah, there you go, Lori. Yeah. I'm telling you what, that had to be the creamiest milk I've ever had in my life. And my family owned a dairy. Now, the brothers all fought, and I guess it left the family's name. I'm going to say 7 years ago. And it was bought out by a dairy roughly about halfway between Rochelle and I, in Belleville, Reed's Dairy. They bought the family rights, and man, that used to be pretty good as a kid. Now, I did get not chastised, but I didn't want to drive a truck at the dairy my entire life. So whenever they said, well, you're going to come work for us. No. I get bigger and better things I want to do with my life than drive a truck delivering milk. My one uncle wouldn't talk to me again. It'd be different if it was my dad, my grandfather, and I had some say. But if you don't have any say in the company, why are you going to spend your... Anyways, it is what it is. Oh, absolutely, Neil. That, oh, cream. One, I think they still have it up. I don't know if Mike's in here listening or not, but their cow, oh my God, she would produce such a significant amount of cream. I have never seen a cow create that much cream. I'm going to have to get, next time Mike's in, I'm going to get him to post it was, I think it was a Jersey mix. And it was, man, oh man. Uh, are you going to go live, Johnny, or are you at the racetrack that doesn't have cell service? Anyways, you go live if you can. And if you can go, I don't always get your notifications. Christine, I never get a notification. And for you, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So if you are, just shoot me a text and then I can log on and watch. Sucks being this far away. I'd be with you. I'd be your helper. Man, oh man. It's one thing I miss here. Now there is talk that our racetrack is supposed to open up again. And I mean, oh, actually, I don't know if I can record it, but in July, NASCAR is now not the big circuit, but it's the ones that are next step is going to be NASCAR. An hour from here. There's a road course, and it's been chosen. I think they said they're going to put $100,000 of work into it, and then it's a sanctioned race, so there's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everybody that's after points in July, which you'd be almost coming into playoffs, wouldn't you? It's been so many years since I've watched NASCAR that it's about a month before we go, and if we can, I'm going to try to get a weekend's pass, depending on obviously price. Because my main priority right now is the furnace, and I'm praying that everything gets straightened out with that next week. And then I got a little bit left to go in the trip because I had to use some of that for down payment for the furnace. So, but anyways, we'll get over it. 41 degrees for a high tomorrow. So, are you going to run nitrous? Or are you just going to run fuel, racing fuel? Because I know you got yourself one of those little containers. No. Well, so are you expecting good times? I guess I should follow that with. Because isn't it the cooler it is, the better the car will run? Again, I've been out of it for so long. We used to go over to the drag races every week. We were very fortunate here. We have a road track an hour away. I have an oval The oval track would be 20 minutes away. And I've got what Johnny does, the drag race. I've got, it's about 2 hours away, an hour and a half away. Well, I don't know about you, Rochelle, but it's going to be warmer here. At least last time I looked. Oh no, we are supposed to get colder now. Still no snow. Man, we're going to be 20. That doesn't make sense. Fahrenheit. Yeah, you're supposed to be 22 tomorrow. No, that's right now. Tomorrow we're supposed to be 24. And Rochelle is supposed to be 32. So you're going to get, you are going to get nasty snow tomorrow. Because if it's at 32, that's right at the melting point. Oh. No, right now it's 32. They've changed. Oh, I love that sound. I don't think you guys can hear it, but the wolves are out back. Or coyote. I wish we had wolves. I can hear the coyotes out back, and then all the dogs in the whole neighborhood around me. They're going crazy. That's what we're gonna do is whenever they get active again in the spring, I'll do a Friday night out in the backyard. And it's it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. The yelping, and if you've never heard like a pack of either wolves or a pack of coyotes, you're 26 -3 Celsius. Yeah. Ooh, they're on to something. Oh yeah, you can hear them. They're yelping on the trail. So they got something. Or they're after something. But if you don't have me on Instagram, Rambling with the Brooms, you got to look it up. I got a Christmas present today because of our dear postal service. It was late. We have coyotes right behind the house right now, Miss Ann, and they're yelping and running all around the backyard. Oh, it just sends shivers down your spine. A friend of mine, whenever we were, oh my goodness. Hang on, my phone's going crazy. Anyways, yeah, if you haven't checked out my Instagram, go have a look. I got a Christmas present today that I think is awesome. Speaking of Instagram, who's that? Telling you, you go read what that lady's having to say right there. She's cooking. Looks like she's cooking some tuna. All I gotta say, guys, is wild caught tuna. She's making a candle out of it. Who knew? You got to go watch her series is on surviving. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get through an emergency watching that lady. Isn't it funny? I've actually got them on right now. So my oldest got me a pair of, actually I don't know if I can. Oh, excuse me. So my oldest daughter got me a pair of Hank pants. Uh, I love them. Absolutely love them. Um, I was gonna say, Rochelle, but you know what? If you need heat or you need light, a little bit of smell ain't gonna matter. Um, hey, Sandy. Uh, actually, weren't you supposed to meet with Jesse and Lisa? Anyways, he's lucky he didn't get one of these right to the moon, Alice. Boom. I called him just to get caught up about the trip and whatever. And he was being very nice. So Miss Lisa and I had to start picking on him. Just saying. He thought he was being funny. We got the last laugh. The wild animals here. Really? My God, Neil, I saw the list of the folks that so tragically lost their lives in New Orleans. It we did. Oh, New Year's Day. Cool. Well, yes, it would be a great visit with Miss Lisa. Um, but anyways, yeah, if you haven't said a prayer to those poor families, just the single gentleman turned radical. It has he did proclaim the thing for ISIS. Anyways, Jesse, Lisa, Danny, Jesse and Lisa, Debbie and I, and Danny and Terry. Our hotel was one street over from where that happened. So I found a picture while I was watching it, and I took it over and showed Debbie. And our window, we were on the 12th. Yeah, we were on the 12th floor. Looked right at the disaster. So I knew New Orleans had a lot of police. Wow. And I can't talk too much about it. I just a football coach gave a statement about one of his players that was killed. The youngest was 18, the oldest was 43. Senseless. Senseless. What's Portuguese tuna salad? I'll bite. I'll ask. Okay, Lori, you stay safe. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here shortly. I normally stay on till 9:30, but it's one of those one of those evenings that I may just go curl up underneath my big old duvet and call it a night. Because Lord knows I'll probably have Brenda on 2 or 3 times tonight. If you can't sleep tonight, come on over. And I tell you what, Dave will tell you. They're one crazy crew at night. Um, Dave and I were in Brenda's live 2 weeks ago. He said that we were going to have them thrown in jail because they woke us up. But anyways, Glenda, did you see that? Virginia sent you a message. Madwood BBQ. What's going on, brother? Um, do you have Sir Grace? Did you give him the evening off, or have you got the whip out making him work extra on a Friday night? You have my digits, Sir Grace. You let me know. I can be down there in 10 hours. 11 if I have to go stop for a potty break. Oh, you got a new 2 belt. Right on. Right on. It's not cheap replacing that kind of stuff, man. We work our whole lives to try to build our tools, and to have it gone so quickly, it just, yeah, just makes me sick. Anytime that I see them on Marketplace or whatever, there's a group of us that we keep our eyes open for one another. And we've caught more than one person. But too bad. You want to play with fire, you're going to get burnt. Oh, that is so sad. You know what? It's not like it was a brand new, like, long life 20-volt lithium battery. The sentimental value in that is 10 times what the value of the tool was. That's just so sad that I'm sorry, brother. That's not right. Wow, you gave him the night. I think he's just scared. I think he's just scared of you. Just saying. Yeah, you know. just just look at it this way. They got to answer to a lot bigger power when the time comes. Yes. So don't you forget 4:45 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Glenda goes live. You done your thumbnail yet, Glenda? You post it if you want. And anybody that would like to send Troy a greeting card or a sympathy card, whatever, send them a little token, whatever you want to do. Shoot me a message, rambling with the brooms at gmail.com. I will send you his digits. That way there we can, and all I ask is if somebody wants Troy's information, just tell them to shoot me a message. That way there we kind of keep it limited to who has what. And again, not that I'm really too concerned about this group of people. Everybody is everybody's amazing that's in here right now, but for the greater point, there's not very many that I wouldn't give it out to. And now that he's had his first surgery today, I think if it went well, that was going to be it. But keep him in your prayers at least till next week. Yeah, keep him in your prayers till at least next week, and that allows him to heal. And a little card, that would mean so much. Absolutely, Glenda. And I appreciate everybody whenever you're down on your knees at night. Um, take an extra second and take an extra minute and add Troy to you know, your nightly ritual. And let's hope that, you know, unfortunately, we're here for moral support now. And like I said to him yesterday, and if you want to, if those of you that weren't here yesterday, go watch yesterday's Procrastination Thursday. Troy came up just to say hello and to let everybody know what was actually happening. Um, like anything, it's pink. Well, then there's going to be a sentence of what it is. So he just wanted everybody to know that, he's still kicking. Well, when he can. Um, I don't think he can weight bear yet and can't do any heavy lift. Well, any lifting. He can barely move his legs and barely move his arms. But like I said, we're here for moral support. Whenever they say 5 more, just look to the skies and you'll hear every one of us cheering you on. And yeah. He's got a lot of rehab ahead of him. And, I know he can do it. An old vet like Troy, you don't need to worry about those kind of fellers. Gary has. Oh, you know what? Gary is absolutely an amazing gentleman. There's a few people that have helped me out, and prayers, yes, and little bit of financial support that I was able to put towards the furnace. I think everything's good, everything's covered. I truly believe that I will be able to get things sorted out by next week when it's due. The drop dead date for full payment on the furnace is next Friday. Blah, blah, blah. So now there was a lot of issues, and they do owe me some money. So that will also help. It's funny. At the time, I was like, how incompetent can one group of folks be? And then they started saying how much that they possibly could be returning back to us. I went, funny how God works in different ways. Here I was giving them fire for, not just one instance. I have not worked around oil, gas, HVAC since 2005. Yeah, 2005. was the end of it. And I had to tell them what was wrong, why they could not get a pilot light to go or the furnace to kick in, the hot water or the on demand water heaters to kick in. This is a licensed person. They complained to their boss because I was watching over their shoulders. You can't put in, we went from oil to natural gas. Well, it comes to find out that the part that was needed that my gas company gave them was in their truck. They tried to get away with adjusting the main valve instead of using the pressure reducing valve, which would allow the water molecule count to be of the right level to fire safely. Took me, stupid me, truck driver me, 20 minutes to tell them what was wrong and how to fix it. Then they started to second guess my knowledge, and I had the gas company call them because the guy that works for the gas company dated the next door neighbor's daughter. Know the kid well. So that's only one. There was 18 major instances. Oh, there's a whole video waiting. I have not told them. They have no idea that I am a creator, and I'm not telling them I'm a creator. But if they treat me properly, might be water under the bridge. If not, I will contact. Well, and yesterday was a phone call from one of the financial places that I was able to get 0% financing. I love to build stuff off other people's money. So it was, you only pay the principal. Apparently they've been double billing. So you never know. I might come out of this smelling like rose because I've got a high efficiency Lennox furnace downstairs with a heat pump. Hey, Lukey, what's going on, my little brother? And those of you that don't know, Lucas Tripp is my adopted son, aka assistant coach, football coach. And aka the biggest pain in the butt I have. Yep. Nothing, Lukey. When was I talking to Mom? I was talking to Mom a couple of weeks ago. I'm still waiting for you to call me and take me out for breakfast. Just saying. So, Miss Ann, Lukey is your grandson and Lukey have a lot in common. Except your grandson's not a pain in the butt, right, Lukey? Anyways, Lukey, one of these Friday nights, you never know. I might even bring Lukey on. It's fun. I get Lukey all wound up, and I don't know if I can keep him in a chair because, well, Lukey does have special needs, and I don't treat Lukey any differently than any other boy that I've ever coached in my life. Now, Lucas, I never had the honor of coaching, but he's helped me coach a lot of kids. And then I guess it was just before COVID. Yeah, it was at those boys, Lukey? It was just before COVID, our last football year. They had a special needs basketball tournament. Well, let's just say I didn't have a dry eye for a while because a lot of my football team came to support Lukey. That right there, know that you've done the right thing and you've given them the right morals. I do miss hey Carlene. I do miss my football, but like in life, everything you got to move on. Actually, Kyle was actually having a grand time coaching as well. And we weren't in the clique. We were doing it for the kids. I don't do well with cliques. But anyways, I am getting close to the hour and a half, so I am going to call this a good night. Please, all my U.S. folks from coast to coast, border to border, please be safe. And if you see or hear somebody dragging their barbecue into their house to heat up their homes, please, please, please stop them. Because if this gets down as bad as it did in Texas, a lot of professional football players we have in Ottawa here are from New Orleans or Louisiana, Texas, those would be the primary two areas. And one of their family members perished. He knew enough not to do it. His family was okay, but his brother didn't. And one of them didn't make it. So Well, you let me know whenever you got time, Lukey. And yes, everybody stay warm, stay safe. If you have elderly people in the south, ensure they're safe. And look out for your neighbors, look out for your family, and everybody can get through this together, even if they got to do a little bit of a travel. And get to family that's close by. Um, you know, watch Miss Anne's things. She'll teach you how to heat up a couple rocks and warm up your house. Now, you're not going to warm up a 5,000 square foot house. But if you put some plastic and cordon off one room, put up plastic or a tarp and a blanket, and heat one area, guess what? You're going to make it. You'll never be able to heat a 5,000 square foot house, but a 100 square foot room you can keep warm. Just saying. That's a new one for you, Miss Ann. The smaller the space, the easier to heat. And in a 10 by 10 room, you can house quite a few people. But anyways, guys, love you all. Take care.